Guys, guess what? Guess what? We're
back!
We're back, bitches.
Why are you way over there?
I don't know.
I feel like it.
I'm confused. I have. Okay.
Asta, join the group. Get over here, you.
So I have another token already of her that's apparently Asta, but apparently that's not true. I'm confused. Okay. That one is apparently no longer Asta. Apparently I changed them. Oh, that's right. I changed them so that the voices did the thing. Okay. Well, I know what I did now. All right. Well, I'm gonna make pictures bigger and scoot us down.
I'm still confused.
Good.
That doesn't take much to happen.
Warp. Warp.
Well, in this group,
Warp.
whoa.
Warp. Warp.
Ha,
Warp.
I'm bigger than...
Good.
Well, I guess
Cuddy, why are you so big?
Warp.
I suppose I should be bigger than Asta, but that's a bit absurd. Ah, my head's shrinking! I'm just watching this live.
It's amazing, isn't it? Alright, your turn. Oh, too big.
Okay. Oh, hi. Oh.
Whoa!
I'm not seeing any of this.
It's
Watch on Twitch.
on the screen.
It's on Twitch.
Oh, it's only on the.
Yeah, because it's on the overlay.
Technically, Denox should be the tallest because canonically, of the 4 players who are here, he's the tallest.
How so?
6'4".
Oh, 2 inches. Okay.
I'm short. I'm 5'8".
I'm gonna make.
By short, I mean average height.
Of course. 6'2". Only when in male form, but when natural Katya is 5'3". So.
Oh, you know what?
Technically,
I don't have.
I am almost the shortest.
Side of Roll20 open.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
So we're just standing here with this Earth Elemental just chilling still, like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
But, guys.
Because wasn't that your magic bullshit?
Yes. Indeed it was.
We are back.
We back!
I am so excited to be back.
The only D&D rips gotten throughout this break was Baldur's Gate 3.
Why does it say my voice changer is on? That's not right.
And we did get some Mad Mage in, but we did like 4 sessions of that. Like, I was very let down. What is going
But at the same time, we had so much packed into each episode, but we got basically nowhere.
I mean, you guys explored probably... I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say 40% of the first floor.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually,
Cool.
I'd almost have said a quarter.
Yeah, you probably would have, but I'm telling you what I'm guesstimating anyway.
Fair enough.
Because I can't be exact because I don't know, but yeah, that's about how much you guys did. So, all right, everyone. Here's the skinny. We
fought a bitch. We beat the bitch. We won.
Well, we're going to have to be a little bit more specific because of what you guys are planning on doing now. So you guys fought an asshole.
Yeah.
No. This is what I mean.
Oh gosh.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, cool. So here's what's going on. We are currently still waiting on the other blind. They will be joining us eventually. I guess I could turn that into token art too. But we're gonna go without them because I have a recap. And then there are some other things that have yet to be taken care of here in Mundus and on the island of Hofking. That being said, we are back with Mundus. I'm excited. And we are...
Wait, where are we?
I kill you. We
Oh.
are going to be probably doing Mundus again weekly for now. Things may change. That's a big fat question mark at the moment. And that's largely because of the holidays. And other complications and things that just keep getting piled up onto my calendar. I had 12 new calendar events added today, I think it was.
Oh, good lord.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
That's
brilliant.
that poor calendar.
I honestly don't even look at it. My wife tells me when and where I need to be and what I need to wear. And I say, yes, dear. All right.
So it'd be better to say we'll
Familiar.
try to do it weekly.
Yeah. We don't have anything planned on Friday nights just because. But yeah. So,
Life happens.
huh?
Life happens.
Yeah, exactly. So, I am going to do a recap today. And the reason why I'm doing a recap is because after this nice long break, I think it introduces a very appropriate time to add a long-term recap. And what I mean by long-term is I'm going to summarize effectively the entirety of the campaign.
Oh,
In a few brief
Okay.
words.
I have kept it. I have reduced it to a very short paragraph. Would be the appropriate term.
Give or take. It was also professionally lore checked.
But this is also like the fifth rendition of what I wrote. Because I kept trying to get it shorter and shorter and shorter. Because I did not want to sit here and talk for 10 or 20 minutes on a recap of 124 episodes.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we've been doing this for, what, 3.5 years?
I feel like I've grown as a player,
Something like that.
but not as a person.
That tracks, actually. So.
I've actually regressed.
Oh no.
That's how it goes.
Hey,
Sorry.
spit that out. Get that out of your mouth.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to Denock about his regression.
That's what happens when you hang around degenerates like us.
I
Hey,
started as an
Squirt.
adult. Started playing as an adult, and now I'm a
Where are
kid
your
again.
Socks. You're okay. Alrighty. So this whole adventure started when our band of magical miscreants found themselves far from home in a dark, dank cave. This group quickly allied themselves in an attempt to learn more about what had happened to themselves. Learning more about their situation, they went through some trials and fights with demons, and eventually were tasked with finding a way to unite the floating nations. Along the way, they made a powerful enemy, one with at least one friend in a very high place. After suffering a crushing defeat and being saved by the divine beginning, the party found themselves once again in a strange place. However, this time, much less dank. Through some demonic challenges and personal devotions, the party restored power to the god of nature and created a shred of hope for the surface dwellers. Now, our heroes have crossed the ocean, learned of the existence of a resistance on the surface. I can talk. Seeking out their once called home, a flying cloud giant fortress, the party found the collection of giants and the location of the crashed Laputa. Through some accidental magic, our heroes found themselves back once again in the location of their last demise. Through some careful planning, operation, and a lot of luck, the party managed to find a way to reduce Torben's power over the flying nation of Hofkeen. Then, with one final push, the group of heroes managed to fell Torben, and Dinok, using the last of his magic, captured his soul into a silver cage. The party stands beaten, bloodied, and exhausted. Sorry, let me say that again. They stand beaten, bloodied, exhausted, and victorious.
And slightly confused.
Why confused?
I don't know. I'm just...
Okay. Anyway,
I'll
ignore you.
As per usual.
As you guys take a moment to collect yourselves, after re-emerging from this pocket domain that Torben had placed you guys within, you guys again beaten, bloodied, exhausted. You guys take a moment to kind of collect yourselves. Dinok, that magic finally kind of sinking in that you have domination over Torben through the use of your magic and your spells. However, there is still a lot to be done in your homeland, and things are not yet rectified. Dinok.
Yes.
Can you describe how you feel in this moment as you guys have a moment of calm?
Little bit of disbelief that it's over, that the cage now has the target it was made for. Some euphoria, most definitely.
That's not what I wanted. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that one. Go back.
Sure, whatever. Go for it.
Yeah,
Continue.
some euphoria definitely over kicking ass. Yeah, our ass may have been kicked, but we still kicked his ass more. Definitely some elation in there. Like, Dinok's going to crash into the nearest room he can find that's available and drink himself drunk tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you
Unless
guys...
something major happens.
Shh. They'll hear you.
Well, as you guys kind of take a moment, catch your breath, and look around the room, can I have everybody start the night by making a perception check for me?
Oh no.
19.
Hey, a 13's not bad
16
for me.
Oh,
Nice.
Natural 20.
do
from
you
Oscar.
have Xenos' sheet open?
I do. Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Save me so much time.
Ouch.
That's a 14 for him.
Okay, well now I feel bad because I had the lowest still.
Don't worry
After
about
all that.
You had hope.
it. Do not worry about it, because all of you would notice this. Asta, you would pick up on it before the others, as you all begin to hear shortly. What is that happening with your chair?
Sounds like a printer.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
I'll be pushed to talk if you can hear that. That's me.
Thank you. No worries, it happens. All of you begin to hear almost
The fuck?
the sounds of what you can only describe as cracking, splintering glass. But it's echoed
Well,
massively across the landscape. You can currently not see what is making this noise, as it does appear to be coming from the outside.
I'm gonna go look outside.
Oh,
Another
can't we
perception.
have just a
Uh,
moment to
well,
think?
Also, just as a reminder, there is a massive hole right here from the last time.
We go into the massive hole.
Yeah, yeah, easy enough. It is easy enough. As you guys kind of begin to step out and into the side of this space, it takes you a moment to actually find what is making that noise, because it's coming from above you.
Oh,
Oh
no.
shit.
As you
The
guys
dome.
as you guys look up, you can see the darkness that kind of encompasses Hofkeen. Cracks of bright and blinding white light forming through this kind of darkness. And before you guys have a moment to truly react, it and shatters. You guys would also, those of you who are magically inclined, would almost immediately recognize that the pieces that fall from the air are not like actual glass or parts of the weather dome, Deanoch. They are magical fragments. And something that you've seen before. This appears to be I will give this to Deanoch because of his intelligence and arcana and et cetera, et cetera. This appears to be the shattering, the final remnants of the power fading, and the shattering that of the domain that Torben had over Hofkeen. And as these pieces shatter and begin to fall through,
I'm going to instinctively flinch and try to cover my head.
you do so. And then you have to cover your eyes
Ooh.
as a blinding white light comes flaring into existence. Massive in proportion to everything else that you guys have seen thus far. And you guys hear a feminine voice boom through the open air.
Finally, you wretched dog, you will die by my hand, and that false god shall regret giving you breath.
The fuck is that?
As you guys look up, seeing above the town hall, again, shielding your eyes, this massive angelic woman wearing things of armor, holding a staff in one hand and a glowing book in the other, golden blonde hair kind of flowing in an aggressive wind, and her eyes glowing as a bright blue, staring as if like the hottest fire, staring down, scanning the landscape. Hold on, I gotta get a d20.
If she takes us for enemies,
Before her eyes lock onto your group.
ah, damn it.
You guys have a moment to react before she does it, before she takes her next action.
What exactly did she scream?
Yeah, we could barely understand her.
Yeah.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Something about a false god and a dog that shall bow before her. I don't know.
Yeah, so the exact lines were, "Finally, you wretched dog, you will die by my hand." And then that false god will regret giving you breath. I'm really sad that did not come through the way that I wanted it to. I spent quite a bit of time trying to get that voice just right. I'm sorry.
I caught most of it. I just didn't catch the beginning part.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
It
just
sometimes
sounded
the
like
beginning kind of
it
screwed
sounded
up.
like this little tiny hamster was like, "Fight it and free, I will fuck your shit."
Kinda.
hopefully
Is
I
she
don't
wearing
lose
like
it all.
any? Is she
Go ahead.
wearing like any holy symbols or anything to show anything religious about her? I guess.
Possibly. Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay.
Oof.
No. 10.
I mean, that's a 10. That's more, better
How
than
about a
you would
14?
originally think.
Yeah.
You both would recognize the book. The book in her hand is often depicted as the Book of Knowledge, which is the holy symbol for Scientia. Oh God, that's different for you, isn't it, Ram?
Yep. Let me pull it up. It's been a hot minute.
Yep. Nope. I'm working on it too. C-Shot?
It's a shot.
Shashat. Thank you for the pronunciation.
Basically based off of the Egyptian goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see.
So
So-
question.
Mhm.
Do I see her with a cat head?
In this depiction or in this presentation, no. But the book would be familiar for you. You would recognize the book as her typical holy symbol. Now, you would also know that sometimes the book is depicted with that of a cat based on the cover. From the current position, it's a little hard to tell whether or not there's a cat on the book, but the book itself is pretty recognizable.
Okay.
Mhm.
Deanoch will step further this way, so that he's in the, a little bit more visible,
Valar's gonna kind of step up.
and hold
well.
out the cage.
Okay.
Real quick, I need to make sure. Torben's master was the Sleeping King, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the false god.
And also, Valnar's holy symbol is out and not tucked away right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna step back inside the building.
Hide
Just
from
in
the
case this goes
gods.
south. Like, in case this is the goddess or an angel, you know what? You can get stricken down. I'll come out later.
Anyways, as I was going to say, Deanoch is holding out the little cage on its chain and calls to the heavenly woman, let's go with, since we don't know if this is...
Her heavenly
like-
body.
I haven't gotten to do this yet. Where is it?
In a while.
Try not to be a bard here.
Oh! I heard that one. I felt it too. Ow.
Oh, that feels good. Thank you, Katya.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be 1,000 more opportunities later, I'm sure.
Anyways, the wretched cur who serves the false god is here in my hand.
You watch as this being of immense size and power and just streaks like a bolt of light and
Pretty.
doesn't impact the ground but comes and basically hovers above the ground as you are, and you watch as it comes. It gets smaller, dimmer, and as the point it arrives at you, it is in front of you. It is humanish in size. It is no longer this massive being. And it comes to this hold. It's still radiating this overflowing power of magic, and its eyes still burning with a blue flame as it looks over the cage that you currently have Torben within. You watch now as it kind of turns its eyes to you and Valinar, kind of staring both of you and looking you over.
Give me a second. I should have something that might help us. It may be in this sheet because I don't know if I've transferred everything over.
Valor will just take a bow. He'll just bow.
Yeah, okay. Dianac will pull out the second boon of On.
Okay.
I hope she doesn't actually see me just barely peeking around the hole in the wall.
I mean, you could make a stealth check and try and hide yourself if you want.
Now that her gaze is kind of turned in that direction. 14 stealth.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'm not here.
She
Wonder where I
doesn't seem to be looking at you at the moment.
Oh no, I do have it.
As you kind of begin pulling this other boon out, you watch as this entity just kind of suddenly and just as a warm gust pushes against your guys' clothing as the individual's hair stops whipping around rapidly, and the hold on, this one that I want.
Does she basically de-super magify?
I mean, effectively, yes. And you can see now the hair is still a beautiful golden brown, blonde. Wow. And the power that was emanating kind of ceases. No longer, having these massive wings unfurled on her back, and the armor itself appears to be replaced by a form of robes and casual wear. As she looks up, her eyes dimmed from that massive blue, resorting to kind of a dull, like a dull hazel almost. It almost seems to have like flecks of like sunlight would be the best word I could use. Sprinkled throughout. That is not a good one. We'll go with this one. Even that one's not good because you guys are technically in the middle of a city. Give me a moment. It's been a minute, guys.
Not really a
It's
currency,
it's more
considering
like the
how much
ruins.
of
I know,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that I'm actually thinking of doing. I don't. Can I?
Is there like a sound of like a wasteland or
Here we
something?
go. No, that's not the one I wanted. I was hoping to have just something for the background, but that doesn't have this one. Nope. I know I have something. Give me a minute. It's been a minute since I've looked at my sounds and stuff. I don't like that one. What is this? That'll do. So, as this happens, this it really is you. You're the ones my brother spoke of.
guess I don't need this then. And I just put the second boon back into the pocket.
Oh, thank the Father. How did you guys
Blood, sweat, and tears, and a whole lot of cursing.
let's get through this veil. She kind of points out to the surrounding area.
Ah, that would be that one back there. And I point to Katya.
The one hiding behind the rock.
Me?
You had a magical
That's
sneeze
you.
and we're here.
Katya will step out beside Valinar. Oh, you mean that glass dome that just kind of shattered and brought out the light? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I just kind of got
You
frustrated
teleported
and-
us here.
Somehow.
yeah. I teleported us here accidentally.
Wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah.
So you're one of... I am forgetting my own lore. Hold on a second.
The originals?
Not quite.
Oh, he's gonna give you a lore bit.
Uh-oh.
Possibly.
We'll find out. Tune in next time.
Oh, tune in now. I'm about to find out more about myself.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo.
You're one of Tenoror's offspring, are you?
Oh.
To know roar? Is that name familiar to...
It's familiar to me.
Yeah, but how about
Of course,
us?
according to...
That is going to be up to Katya, because
Let me do a search on the last time.
Well, I don't know if you ever told them about Tenoror.
It's not coming up in my thing. Maybe I misspelled it. How do you spell this shit again?
Tenaro.
Ah, that's why it's not coming up. Tenoror. There we are.
It is literally 10A roar.
Yeah. Well, Dinok has questioned this individual of Tenoror, so it sounds like he has heard about this.
Okay. So you are familiar with Tenoror.
Yes.
I'm explaining to Denock that he is a familiar with Tenoror.
Mm-hmm.
As a brief recap, Tenoror was considered the first sorcerer and the first source of wild magic. He was at one point even known as the Red Scar,
wow.
the Crimson Scare.
Yeah.
That
Remember the first time we were on Hofkeen and we found the boon of knowledge originally in the underground library or the underwater library with the aboleth. That was like the first time that we got the name Tenoror. It was on a document talking about the origins of wild magic.
Huh.
He was also the one that made a pact with an elvish wizard named Ravarora, whom I have contacted since then to get my sorcerer's powers back after dropping Tenebris.
Can't say that.
Well, I can say that above game,
That's fair.
where the players know.
Well, I didn't know if you were talking in person or not, okay?
I'm sorry that my voice doesn't translate well.
That's not the one I was doing. Where did the one I was using go? That's not what I was using. I was just using the soundtrack. Where did it go?
So, I suppose if you want to get technical, yes, I would be one of Tenoror's offspring, at least according to different sources that I have found in our travels. As a matter of fact, the first time I actually heard that name happened to be in a forgotten library in the care of the Aboleths, where we also found a boon of knowledge I believe belonged to Scientia.
Oh, you mean myself?
Oh,
Yeah, how'd that not click, by the way?
Yeah.
I
She
was too
literally
busy.
called on her brother when I was pulling out his boon.
I'm sorry, I was too busy trying to stay out of sight so I don't be dead. Just in case.
Don't worry about it. And she'll take her hand and like lay it on your head and kind of just like ruffle your hair a little bit. Can you
I don't fight it.
Can you make me a
Oh.
wisdom saving throw?
Oh boy.
Not wisdom saving throws. Man, I'm about to be charmed, aren't I? 12?
Oh.
12. Okay.
For you, that's not bad.
For me, that's not bad, but maybe I want to fail it anyway.
There's a odd sensation when she does that. Not unpleasant. Maybe even familiar? Kind of almost reminds you of your mother's touch.
Hmm. You can see Katya's eyes close and a slight smile come across her face. I haven't felt that sensation in so long. What's it been, 10 years? Why does it feel so familiar?
Rip, you there?
Mm-hmm. I'm still here. What's up?
Okay, I was just wondering if there was anything else.
So,
Not to that.
while
She eventually lifts her
Katya's
hand and...
while Katya's eyes are closed and she's feeling
nostalgic.
that with memories of when she was nostalgic memories of when she was a young girl, getting praise from her mother. For a moment, she actually forgets that this is Scientia standing before her. And as her hand lifts As Scientia's hand lifts away from Katya's head, she has to fight herself back from accidentally saying, "Mother, wait, stop, don't stop."
Mommy, no.
No, Mommy, come back.
Mommy, yes. I mean, what?
You see a single
Oh.
tear run down Katya's face, though.
Just because we
Hello.
don't need that. We don't need the background now, so.
Oh, okay.
You guys have done very well to enter into what some might call a domain of dread and vanquish the evil within. Torben, while not a massive threat, was protected by... You can almost see your face twinge in almost like a pain, but or annoyance.
Discomfort?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By one who is claiming to be a god, and yet is nothing more than a mortal man. But he is still very powerful, being immortal, being a mortal. What do you plan on doing with that trinket of yours, Dinak?
I believe my first instinct was to simply find a way to eliminate the soul so that it may never return under its master's control. But I currently have no knowledge of how to do so. And instead, I will turn it over to one who may. And I hold the cage to Scientia.
I need to give her an Arcana check. Due to her ability, she has advantage. That's a big number. I have an idea. But one that I don't think that you are quite ready to utilize. See, you are a little exhausted. Hold on to your prison for now. And before she kind of hands it back to her, you watch as she takes a finger and runs it around the brim and the bottom of the two kind of like effectively the top and the bottom parts of the cage around the outside of that would form the top and the bottom, but not the bars.
Mm-hmm.
And as she does so, you watch as runes engraved into the metal itself around the areas that she runs her finger.
Hey.
She hands it back. Hold on to him until tomorrow, after you've rested. Your spell will last. Don't worry about that. She kind of smiles. I'll be nearby. I have some old acquaintances that I wish to visit. And a couple of preparations to make for you for tomorrow. Does all of that sound admittable to you?
I suppose we shall see what tomorrow brings then.
Preparations?
Fantastic. I will meet you back here tomorrow at, say, midday?
We shall be here.
Ta-ta then. And she vanishes.
Well,
And you guys are left. Actually, in this moment, I would like everybody now, as you release that breath you've been holding, to make Constitution saving throws.
great.
Well, at least that's something I'm good at.
Ah!
25?
Ooh,
Six.
only a 7 for
16.
Oscar. Let me do Xenos.
Yeah, please roll those for me.
Of course, my con save wouldn't be as high if I didn't have that +6 to my con right
26
now.
for Xenos.
Holy
Bruh.
crap!
Wow.
He wants to make sure his spells don't get booped.
I guess so.
That's why you play Sorcerer. So, first things first. As that you guys exhale, realizing just how exhausted you were, one of the things that happens, and this one is regardless of your saving throw, so don't feel bad. Everybody immediately takes 1 level of exhaustion. As you
Oof.
exhale, realizing how
Oh, boy.
tired you are. If you rolled under a 15, you take a 2nd level of exhaustion,
Ooh.
just due to how strenuous the last couple of days have been on you and your body.
Alright. Where is exhaustion on the beyond
Under
thing?
conditions.
Set active conditions. It's right below your HP.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it looks like, other than
Valinar and Asta.
yeah, are the only two that took 2 levels. Everyone else took 1.
Well, if anyone needs me, I'm gonna sleep for the next 2 days.
Well,
Rip, what was that? The hub.
well, unfortunately, that
I
means
didn't hear
it's
you.
going to take us twice as long to move.
Asta, say that again.
I
Sorry.
said, can you repeat that because the husband just got home and I didn't hear it.
No, you're fine. So you as Asta took 2 levels of exhaustion, and Xenos took 1 level of exhaustion.
Gotcha.
So we can always look those up if we need to know what they are. For the most part, I'm pretty sure 1 level is just disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep. 2nd is half speed.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's going to take us twice as long to get back
There you
because
go.
we had to keep up with the slow ones.
I mean, Tim will
Mhm.
pick both of them up.
Ah, there we go. Smart.
Okay. Cool.
Tim is also probably fully healed by this point in time too.
Yeah, his regen is just like do 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 do.
Doop, 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 doop.
Because we've been talking for what, 2 minutes?
Several minutes at least.
His HP regen is 10 a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. He's
So
like,
in a
Alright.
minute,
I'm
that's
good.
60. In 2, that's 120.
Awesome. So if I'm being carried by Tim, I'm taking a nap.
I mean, it won't work that way, but you take a nap. Now, something else that is important to make note of. Because if you remember way back when you guys first began this mission, you had a lot of help. And their task was to keep the undead off of you. However, even though their master is gone, orders are orders.
Oof.
It's the same thing for Denox.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you guys kind of become, as this somewhat intense situation fades and the exhaustion hits you, the sound of combat begins to tickle your ears from the far distance of the city of Hofking. What would you guys like to do?
Should probably save them, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Hang on, how strong are the undead that are still fighting?
Are they base stat zombies and skeletons?
For the most part, yes.
Do they look like stuff I could just destroy undead?
I would say, what CR rating do you destroy up to now?
3.
3?
Holy shit!
Yeah, you would probably be destroying. If any of them were left alive, it would be because they either made their saving throw, or it is barely high enough to still be alive, and those would be like platoon leaders. Like, you're only if you took all of the undead still within Hofking, you might encounter 12 creatures that would be still left standing without a saving throw against your destroy undead.
And then the paladins and clerics will just be like, yay!
Stupid idea. Just throw me into the horde.
Maybe not throw.
So
Tim
you
will
guys are
float over everything and just kind of let you
Just drop
target
me.
top down.
no.
Holy nuclear weapons!
So what's happening is Tim is going to float over the encounters. He's going to rip Valnar's sunglasses off like he's pulling a pin on a grenade and drop him.
Sounds good to me.
I love it.
The holy hand grenade.
Literally the holy hand grenade.
If you guys wish to assist the individuals in the city, I am going to have... How would I like to do this? I know what I'm
Series
gonna
of dice rolls.
It will be a series of dice rolls, but probably not in ones that you would anticipate. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get another group roll of Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Okay.
The DC
Find my
is
page back for that.
lower than
13.
the last one.
13?
Okay.
27.
For Xenos.
Alright. There's Xenos's.
I'm blind.
Ouch.
Literally.
And then I need
And we need
Asta.
yours. Okay, there it goes.
16 for me.
And that is everyone, right? I'm not crazy? Yep.
Yep.
You are
Yes.
crazy.
I mean, I need to be able to DM for you guys.
Yes.
Okay. So, everyone...
Does Tim wading his way through the undead also help the DC?
I mean, yes, but it's already considered into the DC.
Okay. Just make sure.
The DC I had in mind for this one was 10.
Okay, so none of us fail.
Well, okay.
So everyone succeeds, and nobody takes an additional level of exhaustion. Now, I'm gonna have everybody roll. What would you guys prefer? I'll leave it up to you. Would you prefer a D20 or a D100?
D100.
Okay. Then everybody
I-
roll.
Fine with that.
Then everybody
I
roll a
honestly don't know
D100
what
for
we're
me.
But it gives us a higher chance for higher numbers.
I mean,
There we
And
go.
Do you
73.
think roll a D100?
91.
Rolled my favorite number.
44.
91. My birth year.
Same.
Yep.
Ooh.
7. Okay.
We're probably just going to get another Oster roll because this is not from a.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I just need one more D100 roll. So
Just trying to figure out how to do it on D&D Beyond.
you don't need to. If you want to just roll another one from roll 20, that's fine.
Okay.
It's easier, honestly, for the most part.
94.
27 for me, 94 for Xenos.
Damn.
Okay.
Hopefully higher numbers are good.
Okay. Oh, I'll have to go up and get that. Alrighty. So, you guys wade your way, even exhausted, through these hordes and waves of undead.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. I goofed. I cleared my calculator. I have to do a thing again.
Okay, that was weird. I got randomly kicked from the call.
What? I didn't
We
even hear
never-
you disconnect.
Yeah, no. We
Yeah.
never got a
Well,
disconnection.
I just looked over and the entire app was closed. I clicked on it and it told me I needed to join again.
No.
That's even weirder
did-
because I never saw your picture drop from OBS.
I don't know what happened because it said I was still in the call, but I wasn't in the call.
That's weird.
You didn't miss anything though.
Okay.
That is weird. But yeah.
I love technology. It's so great.
Hehe.
And it always works. 0.2% of the time.
Without a doubt, right?
Exactly.
It is 100% correct about 10% of the time.
Yeah.
So all right, so yeah, okay. You guys wade through the rest of these undead, even being exhausted as you are, working with the paladins and the clerics, and I guess I should also roll for them just for the shites and giggles.
Giggle sites.
Yeah. Okay. And with their aid and your guys' effort, you guys are able to save and prevent the majority of the loss. Loss was unavoidable. Just because of the scale of what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
But you guys were able to realize with Denok's mathematical skills, big brain, somewhere between 85 and 90% of the individuals who engaged in the endeavor with you.
Those who died did not die in vain.
This is true. And I ask, now that the perceived threats that plagued Hofkeen have been taken care of, where do you guys go?
The only place left to go is back to the whatever fire giant mountains were called.
Yeah, the fortress, basically.
Yeah.
Underground bastion, fortress,
Yeah.
whatever it was. It's been too long to remember that.
Do you guys want to return there, or do you want to return to a place within the city?
What places are left in this city?
I mean, there are buildings, there are places, there are locations that you guys have yet to be to see if they still stand. Examples that come to my mind are Denox's home.
I think it would make sense to regroup with the rest of our people first.
If that's where you wish to go.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rom doesn't remember.
Uh-huh.
What's the status on Grandpa?
No one has heard from him since the last time you guys interacted with him.
No, Big Lossy was kind of a jerk.
Oh,
I mean,
What was that?
Okay.
excuse me, where is the Big V's spell? Because that's fighting words.
What? I'm sorry. I'm a bit exhausted. Don't mind my evil ramblings. I'm gonna say hurtful things just because I'm tired and cranky.
So you're tired and cranky all the time?
Yes.
That's rich coming from the one who doesn't talk much.
I talk when I need to.
I mean, she's got a point.
Okay.
All right.
I often do.
So you guys are heading back to the mountain.
Well, now that things have calmed down, Denoch is going to go see if he can find his grandfather.
Okay. Before we go too far, though, Denoch, I do ask for one roll from you. Can you just roll me a d20, please?
Just straight D20.
Yep.
How's a 19 sound?
Okay. So you're heading to your grandfather's.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It does take a little bit of time, given the fact that... Oh, I'm assuming the rest of you guys are going with him, correct?
I mean, I
That's
kind
up
of want
to
to just
you.
go and crash. You're on your own. I'm gonna go crash.
So, Katya's going back. Valinar's coming with me.
Yep.
Asta Xenos? Denoch is going to his grandfather's. Are you going with Katya back to crash at the mountain, or are you going to follow him to find Denoch's grandfather?
We thinking.
Just remember, Asta, you have 2 levels of exhaustion. Xenos has 1.
That is true. Okay. We will both crash to the mountain.
Okay.
Fantastic.
so it is-
But by the way, Valnar does have 2 levels of exhaustion as well, but he's still gone.
So, Tim will pass Asta off to a bulky paladin who can carry her back.
I'm sitting here like, who? Because strength scores are not great anymore. Okay. Easy enough to do, though.
Okay. So
Onward.
Enoch, Dalinar, and Tim.
Yes.
Yep.
And I am very quickly looking and seeing if I cannot find my notes for your grandfather.
Yugathal.
That might be the best one that I have. I don't see. I do not have. I must not have added that document to this area. Let me go to my overall drive. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry for about this. Uh-oh. I don't see it here either. Okay.
Oh boy.
Surely I wrote it
Oof.
down somewhere, didn't
Oof, all gone.
I'm gonna take this moment to get some water. Then I'll mute.
Go for it. I know what he's about. So, you guys get to the abode of your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be dark from the outside.
Okay. Is everything still intact?
Yeah, is
The abode seems to be relatively intact. It does seem like it has had some damage to it, but for the most part, the building is still standing as sound as it was the last time you were here.
door still solid?
It appears to be.
Enoch will go up and knock on it.
Okay. The door is still solid. However, it is open, and as you knock on it, it faintly swings on its hinges.
Oh shit. Grandfather?
Father.
Did you find it?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
We're not talking to you.
Oh, but why not? Did I miss
Having
anything?
A moment. Mute. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. No, that you haven't missed anything.
Good.
Well, should we go in?
What was what was the familiar grandfather had? Did I ever get its name?
Yugathal.
Yugathal.
That was the creature that was there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yugathal.
That's what you're referring
Enoch
to? Okay.
is that's the closest thing he knows would be here.
Okay.
It's some kind of familiar, probably.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries.
It's
Really
creepy
thought
as
I
fuck,
had-
though.
I really thought I had more information on this for him, and I am just not finding it. So, I know enough off the top of my head. So go continue.
Yugathal?
There's not seem to be any response.
Head in. Look for evidence of.
Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Just Enoch or both of us?
You both can.
Can I get advantage from Tim's perception
Oof.
+7?
Sure.
Good thing, because that's...
Holy crap.
There we go, 16.
16.
Basically, Tim was assisting me.
Yeah. The building is dark. Fortunately, you both have dark vision, either naturally or through a magical item.
Yep.
The place as you enter is the large room that you are familiar with, Denoch, from your last visit. There were papers and things that he had set up and scattered. His desk cluttered with papers. Last time you were here. This time, it looks as though the room itself has been tossed. The table is overturned, partially broken. Papers spread everywhere over the floor. Is one cabinet that held a lot of his very important documents overturned and broken. And it is dark within the room. With a 16 as well, though, there is a sense, or a faint scent of rotting eggs.
Question. Is it the same as in that one temple we went through?
No.
That held demons, if I remember right?
It is very similar. Almost exactly similar, one could say.
Valnar?
Well, yep.
Sorry, Valnar, with a 7, you don't really notice any of this, other than the mess.
Yeah, no,
the mess is
Hey, look, a mess. Well, I was just looking through papers.
Right.
Do you smell that?
I assume I smell it when he points it out.
Once he draws attention to it, yes.
Isn't that sulfur?
Maybe.
You remember the temple that held this same scent?
Maybe we should not be here alone. I don't suppose I can. I don't suppose I can do a quick casting. Do I have? Wait, no. Why would I have that spell prepared? Never mind.
I'm just gonna say this. Tim is just getting ready for anything to happen. He's on alert. His passive 17 perception is at full.
Yeah. Okay.
Never mind. That would take 10 minutes to do. If it's secure enough, I could try a scrying, but that'll take 10 minutes just to cast.
I don't have many spells left, but I do have a few. Tim is back at full. We'll do our best to protect you.
Alright. I'll try a scrying on Denox's granddad.
You have
Valnar.
a spell
Thank you.
slot remaining?
Hang on. That's a good question, because I just noticed it's telling me that I have not used any spells.
Oh, that's probably because I told you guys technically triggered a long rest effect whenever you leveled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minusing the
I don't
exhaustion
think
stuff.
probably-
Yeah.
Then I probably don't.
I mean, it'd
'cause
be
I
fine.
think...
It's fine.
Okay.
Can you click scrying for me then?
Yes. Once I find it again. Okay. That's probably not helpful.
Not very.
Nope. That's the button I wanted.
There we go.
Found it.
I mean, we got plenty of his possessions. I can
Yeah.
grab a scale, probably.
Okay. Well, remember, I will say, he is a black scale dragonborn, correct?
Believe so.
I'm
I
pretty sure
believe.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think he's a half dragon. I think he's a black scaled half dragon. I can't remember because I can't find my document. That's what I'm going to go with for right now. And like I said, it's dark, so it might be kind of hard to find one of those, but that's just an FYI. Valnar, your your spell, you take the 10 minutes to cast it. And you know you cast it. However, it immediately fails.
Okay, that's not a good sign.
What is it?
It worked, but it failed.
Either.
It's like when... So, either dead or somewhere I can't see.
Or
Like a
what
warded area.
Like with what happened with us. He's being protected by
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, or I guess it's possible he could also be on a different plane. It's very hit or miss with different planes.
I would not be surprised on that one.
Yeah, it does not work on someone who's not in the same plane. So yeah, he could be on a different plane.
Let's return to the others.
Yeah.
If scrying doesn't work, and we didn't find any clues to anything other than the smell of
Sulfur. Ugh.
which is giving me a headache.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get out for now.
We can start searching for him after the whatever Seshat has in store for us.
Yeah.
So you guys return to the others.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
A little on edge.
Of course. You do eventually catch up with the others back at your place of choosing. And here's where we'll take our break.
Nice.
So yeah, guys, welcome back. The first hour and a half of Mundus back, and bet you didn't think it was gonna
It's a
start off
thing.
like that, huh?
Dun dun dun.
All right, guys, we're gonna get up and drink our legs and stretch our waters. We'll be back in a few minutes. BRB. All right, we back again.
Bitches! Okay.
Does anybody have anything that they want to do before you guys take your first long rest?
Can I take a long rest before the long rest so I can get two?
No.
Nice try.
Worth a shot.
Talk to my parents, and then B, go to the chamber where Gorbash is.
Okay. Do you want to do that before sleep, or do you guys want to do that after sleep, or after you talk to your companions about what happened, about what you saw with your uncle, or?
I think we should probably get spell slots back.
You shush. Love you. Talk to the parents first. Probably going to take my long rest in the chamber.
Okay. All right, easy enough. You can find your parents.
Tell them grandfather's missing, smelled sulfur, which has something to do with something we found on the surface.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know why your grandfather would be involved in devils, or with devils. Assuming that's what you explained that part to her.
Mm-hmm.
Any chance that it has something to do with his research? Your father, kind of. No, I don't think so. It is possible, but he was researching something like a children's fairy tale more than anything else.
What was it about?
A antithesis deity is the best way that I could describe it. Given what you know about the deities of this world, barring Nock, whose alignment technically exists within almost a true neutral state of being, maybe even closer to chaotic neutral, as they do love chaos and to be the shit stirrer. All of the other deities have some level of a good alignment. An antithesis deity
would be evil.
Would be, and possibly be, the only evil deity.
God of demons. Okay, I'm gonna roll an int to see if Denock makes this connection. Okay, what if that servant, familiar, whatever grandfather had, that fox creature, what if that's a demon? What if that was a servant of this antithesis? More than likely a demon of some kind. Demon god of some kind. If it was assisting grandfather in learning more about it.
They look at each other and kind of. What fox creature?
It called itself Yugalon.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Then there was a recent thing. When I went to visit grandfather, he had a fox that walked on two legs. Something like a fox version of us, if you will.
Hmm. They seem.
At the time, I had thought it was simply something grandfather had found as his familiar, as I did not know what it could be. But I don't know anymore.
Unfortunately, we do not either, son, but we will look for grandfather in the morning. I think it is important now that you rest. You are exhausted. And he gives
And I have an
gives you like a slight push. And you know your father is not very physically strong, but man, does it make you want to fall over.
and I have an important day tomorrow too. Talking with Seshat herself.
I feel like before you could get that out, your mother would be like, an important date? And like raising an eyebrow.
A meeting with Seshat herself.
The judgment and curiosity immediately fades from her face. Oh. Then it is probably all the more wise for you to rest up for tonight. Tonight then, huh?
And we'll figure out what happens to this piece of shit. And I hold up Corbin's cage tomorrow.
Dinoc, what's your passive perception?
That's
cocked.
11.
How much?
11.
11? Okay. You did not roll high enough. From out of the corner of your eye as you hold up the silver cage with Torben's soul within it, you catch out of the corner of your eye Boblin giving him the bird.
That's my brother. I fist bump him.
He does so.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to get me a bottle of wine and relax and talk with Gorbak for a little bit.
They nod and give you a hug, and your mother makes a couple recommendations of where you can get a good bottle of wine, and you continue on your way.
I want to make it clear that I'm not looking to get drunk. I'm
Yeah.
looking to enjoy the flavor.
But you're gonna get
You're-
drunk.
You're gonna share a bottle of wine with your wife. I understand I know what you mean. Very
Wait, how is she gonna drink it though?
same way
I
that you
mean-
drink with your dead friends.
Oh. Okay.
So, eventually you find yourself drifting off to sleep near
Eh.
your wife as you have, I'm guessing, as you regale her in your adventures since your guys' forced departure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else before your long rest?
Oh, I'm already asleep.
Yeah.
I probably took a short amount of time writing down, things I'd like to ask Scientia since this whole adventure I've been told, you should ask Scientia, you should ask Scientia. So Katya's making sure she has everything together before the big day tomorrow, which, shit, I should probably do that.
No worries. I feel like you probably fall asleep at like a desk then, and then wake up at some point in the night to move
in
to
the
bed.
in the middle of a sentence, just
Maybe.
Valmar doesn't even change clothes. He tries to go to bed, misses, falls on the floor, and just falls asleep.
Oh my god, you're worse than Carden. Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's what 2 levels of exhaustion does to you.
That is true. You guys gain the benefits of a long rest.
Okay, cool.
And,
I'll just come in
Does
here
my
and I'll get rid of that
exhaustion go
exhaustion.
away after that? I forget. It's been a while.
if you
I think
only have
one
one
level.
one level is reduced with every long rest. So if you only have one level, yes, it goes away completely. If you have 2 levels, however, you still have 1 level remaining. And
Making
then,
sure my spells are toggled correctly.
Yep. And then, for the sake of my ease, you guys reconvene the next morning, the lot of you, for breakfast, which is mediocre at best, and you guys have some time to discuss.
So, Katya, you remember that creature my grandfather had?
The creature. Yes, the Foxman, the one I really, really wanted to pet because I thought he was so cute.
He may be a demon.
I take back that cute part. Doesn't make him any less fluffy.
True.
But why? Why do you think he's a demon?
If not actually a demon, then maybe associated with them. When Valnar went there yesterday, my grandfather was gone. His study looked like someone cast like a wind spell in there. And the same smell that came out of... You remember the temple with the pit that smelled of sulfur?
Wasn't that On's corrupted temple?
Yes.
Yeah.
And wasn't that something to do with
Why is my
demons?
max health not 169 like it should be?
I don't know, Xenos. Maybe you didn't sleep well enough.
Eh.
Like it's showing
That does remind me of something though. There goes my 2 of my constitution right there. Okay. to modify this thing here. I said 21. Numlock. There we go. Dang! I didn't realize I was going to drop my HP by 14 points. Well, great.
Ouch.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the rest of it to go away. Jesus.
Good luck with that.
Whew.
Anyways. Didn't that have something to do with demons?
Yes, I believe so. As a matter of fact, I think it was Valinar that looked into the pit and verified it.
I want those claw marks, but
Do you think that maybe he was raided by demons? I mean, wasn't that kind of what Torben was setting up for?
Then where are they? Where's evidence of them elsewhere? All we've seen have been undead and
question to the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back on that fox creature, can I think of a demon that would be like it? Or would be that creature? If that makes any sense.
I will say, I know what you're trying to say. However, given what you guys have experienced up until this point, you wouldn't be able to say definitively whether or not it is or isn't a demon.
Okay.
Because you guys do not have any experience with demons. And the only one that would have at that time would have been Cardin.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How could it have been a demon at all anyway? I thought the demons were secluded to the surface, which is the whole point of...
my
Well, no, they're-
grandfather's research. Part of it included as my father said, children's fairy tale that included something about an antithesis god. And
Antithesis god.
an opposite. A being
Well,
who stands...
I know what antithesis means. Thank you very much.
Well, if you had let me finish.
Sorry.
A being who opposes everything the gods we know currently. And except for Anansi, or Noct you, the gods are good.
Well, what about the
they're
Sleeping King?
opposite.
Sleeping King's not a god.
Yes, exactly. Technically not a god. That's what he's trying to do. Is
What
become
if...
a god.
Well, then what if your grandfather... If what you suspect might be true, what if you had was having a hand in trying to find a way to create a god by promoting the Sleeping King?
Or there could be a god of demons in the background that history just does not remember.
Maybe.
And the Eugolith was one of his lackeys sent
I do-
to assist.
I do remember a couple things.
I have a weird question for everyone. Martinus. He was the father of the gods. Supposedly. Who's the mother?
What?
Sorry.
That's a
Random thought.
No, that's a very good question. DM, is there any lore on Martinus's spouse?
Not to
That
your
a
guys'
history or-
knowledge.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there was anything even about Martinus.
Yeah, and I'm like the only reason why I'm answering it that way is because until you guys met him and he told you that he was the father of the gods, you didn't know he existed.
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yep, no worries. Hey, you know what? If you didn't ask, you might have been wrong.
Well, it's a good thing we're talking to Seshat today.
There were a couple things that stood out from our meeting with this Yugothal creature. Specifically, I don't know if it was Yugothal himself that said it or if it was your grandfather, but one of them mentioned something known. So they said they were researching into the astral plane. Furthermore, the most unsettling thing that creature said to me was, we asked if either we asked him or he offered to help us in taking down the dragon lich, but he said it would come at the price of eternal damnation, which is something you might hear out of a demon commonly. Do you think those are telling signs?
Now that we've dealt with demons and we know a smidge more than we did, yeah, a little bit.
It might be worth
Ugh.
investigating further, because chances are, if there is a smell of sulfur there, it's either fairly fresh or the threat isn't quite over yet. Maybe we could convince Scientia to come with us to check it out.
It'll depend on how the discussion today goes.
Yeah, it depends on what she wants us to do. I've got a few questions to ask her myself.
I'm sure you do.
Well,
I have a few too. Not
She
including
is-
this stuff with grandfather.
Right. As the goddess of knowledge, I'm sure she has a lot of answers for us too. Though they may be extremely vague, like your boon of knowledge happens to grant. Ugh.
I'm hoping beyond hoping that she's a little bit more direct with her answer. Just a smidge.
Valnar has a question, but he feels like it might be rude to ask her and not Geisma.
Might depend on the question if it's within the realm of knowledge.
It's about that. What was that prophecy thing, or whatever that was? That the vague memory Valnar has of reading about something somewhere.
The prophecy with the guy in the glowing eyes or something like that.
I don't remember exactly what it was, and I can't find my thing. So.
Yeah, you're gonna be more specific, because.
Yeah.
Prophecy.
I don't think it was simplicity say it was prophecy, but I'll try to remember what it was. And
It would appear that the only notes I have on it is Valinor was labeled a heretic due to Kalishtar nature. There was a prophecy that appears in the holy text of your homeland, though you're unsure. You're going to try and remember as much of the text as possible until you can get a physical copy from home.
Okay. So something I remember about. Oh, because I remembered hearing a story similar to my situation, right? I was trying to remember what that story was. I don't know where prophecy came from, but whatever. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Oh, this is what I have for that there is a prophecy about an individual with glowing eyes, which is why Valinor is one. Okay, that's what I wrote about that. Good to know.
Okay.
Prophecies are usually the domain of the knowledge, so
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
Because worst case is she'll just say, that would be something you need to take up with Geisma.
Okay. And I get yelled at by guys later. Alright, whatever.
Depends on his relationship with his sister.
Yep. Fun time.
Well, what time is it?
I mean, if you guys want
It
to
is
go meet
10:13.
Scientia, we can skip to that time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the way there, I do want to say that Deanoch keeps like flicking his finger at the cage, just the ding, ding, ding.
And something else to note. Your spell has been active for over 8 hours now.
I figured.
And it is still operating as it should be.
Deanoch guessed that's what Seshat did. Was extend his spell.
Okay.
That's what the runes that she wrote on it were.
I mean, that's Deanoch's guess, so.
And she said that it would last until we met again.
She did.
So while flicking his finger at the cage, he is going to be looking over the runes just to see if he can get heads or tails of anything there.
Sure. What languages do you speak?
Celestial, Common, Draconic, Infernal.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Oh no. That's a nat 1 for 11.
Won't. They might as well be written in a language that you currently do not understand, as you are not able to make heads or tails of what is written. But you can talk to Scientia about it if you wish, as you guys begin to arrive once again at the town hall of Hofking. This time, under better circumstances? Question mark.
Hopefully.
As
Never know when dealing with gods.
TBD.
As we're walking up before we get there, Deanoch will say, "Oh, I wish Torben's body was here just so I could piss."
Fabricate. No. As you walk up to the town hall, there are two things that you notice. One, the doors are slightly ajar and open, and two, the hole in the wall that you guys made has been seemingly repaired, and quite expertly at that.
Is any of the surrounding area fixed too, or just the wall?
Well, remember, the town hall has like a massive area around it that is...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Was any of that repaired?
No.
Or is it still desolate wasteland? Okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant like the other buildings and stuff in the area.
Interesting.
Okay.
We enter the building, I guess. Any objections?
Someone's got a lot of spare time.
I'm
Nope.
sorry, I'm going back and looking to see what kind of questions I need to ask Scientia.
No worries.
Fair enough. We'll probably have my thing and then get to questions, so you'll have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So the doors open, and once again, the almost throne that was there before, that you might remember, you see Scientia, or Shashat, sitting on, wearing similar clothes to what she was wearing the other day, or yesterday, but now it is more kind of formal, kind of not, as it seems to be kind of like a slimming kind of blue dress that is pulled tight in all the correct locations and reveals just the right amount of skin in all of the right locations.
Of course, there's a science behind that.
Yes, there is science behind that, and you'll
Science
see,
behind everything.
and you may understand why if you are so ballsy. And she sees you, smiles, and, well, early and punctual. I like to see it. How's our mutual friend?
If
Ugh.
a soul could have a headache, I hope it does. And I again flick the cage.
And you guys, she kind of stands up and she kind of goes, I do believe that we have a very long day ahead of us. So, we should begin. The first thing I would like to do is I'd like to see your spellbook, Denock.
Yes. Forgive me. And Dean will pull it out, look at it, sigh a little bit, and hand it over.
Okay. She takes it and she flips it open, and you can see her browsing through some of the pages and just eventually stops on the one that she's looking for and kind of goes, okay. And you watch as she lifts a hand, and as she lifts, a quill apparates in her hand. And she takes it down and there you are. And hands you back your spellbook.
What happened? Sorry, I stepped out for a second.
No, you're fine.
I
She wrote in a
think
spellbook.
Gave me a spell.
Oh, okay. Is it one that you were looking for?
I haven't looked at it yet. I'm just kind of like, oh.
You will find this beneficial in your future endeavors, assuming that you plan to continue to use the Laputa as a base of operations and potentially transporting platform. It'll also help you kind of unite the nations, as it were. And he looks down at the cage in which you house Torben's soul, is going to be the first catalyst for that operation.
Oh.
Page 33, and follow me. And she is going to begin walking.
I'm opening the book.
As you open the book, you get to the point. You get to the you open the book. You find page 33, or I'm pulling numbers here, and this is actually your soul cage spell. She's edited your formula. First off, how? Because that's not how that works. You with a spell book, everything is written in a very particular and meticulous way. And yet she just edited it. You can see where there is a patch of runes that you have written and that she just drew a line through. And yet, reading the spell as it is, given your knowledge of Arcana, you know that it would still work. Second off, it appears that she has altered your formula and rewritten it to the point where your soul cage, when you cast it at its base level, will last for 24 hours rather than 8.
Oh!
And in addition,
There's more?
you have gained I think it's a fourth option in what you can do with the soul inside of the soul cage. Let me double check. I'm just double checking my numbers here. I guess it'd be a fifth because you have lifesteal, quarry soul, borrowed experience, eyes of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
The other option, or the new option, I guess I should say, that is written is simply stated as, how would she phrase it? She would probably, I think she would just phrase it as a forced possession.
Forced possession.
Mm-hmm. The details of that, as they are written out in your spell book for the purposes of you being able to know the spell, are you can very quickly balancing this. If you can spend 1 minute focusing on doing this, and you can force the soul within your cage into another object. Depending on what the object is, the soul can then power said object.
Oh. Oh no. Oh.
And as a brief side note, she had a little addendum on the side of your page here saying if the item in question were to ever break, it would end the soul cage. Like period. It also states that if a forced possession is never undone, the effect will just last.
one, I think Rona and I were on similar wavelengths. There with that last O he had.
Probably.
Above game. Now, Katya might not be able to draw this conclusion, but I
crystal.
just believe I had a revelation about the Harmony Stones, because that was going to be one of the questions I asked. Like, how are we going to power the Harmony Stones to keep the islands from falling?
She just gave us that.
Souls. But the real question is, how many souls do you need to power an island, and where are we going to get them?
We're gonna find out how much Torben powers Laputa, because
Yeah.
she just said that's gonna help us.
Yeah. So, do demons have souls?
That's a good question. That's where my brain went.
We're going to use the demons to stop the islands from falling. So fuck the demons. just coming up with ideas as a player.
Also, though,
Maybe we could sacrifice everyone besides us.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't tell me it's going to require a lot of souls, because if that's the case, oh no, we're essentially just going to sacrifice the world to keep the world from being destroyed.
How it works, right?
Yeah.
something
Well,
like
I
that.
mean, the world can't be destroyed if everybody's dead, right?
Exactly.
Although I do want to bring one thing up my brain did when I'm figuring out what this spell is doing. Can I put a soul into a toilet?
We do not need a haunted toilet.
But it sounds so fun and stupid.
Oh,
That guy is- okay.
If we get someone we hate more than Torben, we can put his soul in a toilet.
Oh no, we can literally flush his life down the drain.
Wrong.
No,
With
he
all
wouldn't be
the
flushing
shit that
his
goes with
life.
it.
He would literally be eating shit all the time.
Wrong. That's worse than a dude stuck on an island in a treasure chest.
So you guys got to that part of One Piece, huh?
Or farther.
We're pretty past it now, but yeah.
So what you're saying is Torben could be our personal toilet on the Laputa. Oh,
Shit, you want to
fantastic.
put your ass in his face? Go for it.
He'd make a better
Not the
trash can,
demonic
actually.
toilet. That's like the worst. That's like my worst fear is a demonic toilet.
That's your worst fear?
That is a very bizarre and very specific fear.
How would you like to sit down on the toilet? You gotta take a shit, and it's just like it starts like just sucking
like,
your ass
teeth
in.
come-
Fuck
It's like you
no.
sit down. It's like you sit down and then teeth comes out and like stabs right into your butt.
So
Just
I want
starts
to draw
trying
your
to
attention
suck
to
you
a
in.
couple
No,
of
thank
things
you.
real quick as we get back on track here before we run out of time.
Yeah, we are short on time.
There's the goblin time.
She in here. One of the things that she's gonna do is she's gonna lead you down the stairs.
Oh, stairs. Wait, didn't we go up those stairs at one point?
Nope. To this place. Well, yes, but no.
Oh, I feel like I remember this room. Maybe?
No.
Oh?
Remember
Where was
the whole town hall was overhauled while you guys were gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we kind of just dropped a bomb on the place. That was fun. That whole
Honestly,
shit
Yeah.
storm.
that was the best part of the whole setup for the fight.
It's like, cool, now, before they get a chance to recover, get them!
And she leads you down here, and she kind of looks and points to the two hallways to the most north here. So this one and this one. And she kind of goes, Torben was on the right path, because he was trying to find his way to, well, I said What were their names? He was trying to find his way to Eldervale and Korath, but did not succeed. However, I am much smarter than he, and do not require nearly as much effort to find old friends. And she smiles. And she walks to the back of the room behind the chair here. And she is going to cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna just roll to make sure that it doesn't fail, because I don't believe it's technically in her spell list. It does not. Just as a precaution. And you watch as she places her hand on the wall, and this arcane sigil kind of and circle kind of encompasses part of the wall behind her, kind of in a large portion, and it just and forms effectively a tunnel, carving directly through the rock and stone and earth, leading, you have no idea how far down. She looks at you, Denock, and kind of smiles and goes, I see that you're beginning to put some of it together. Clever, clever boy. Come on. And she begins to walk down the tunnel that she has created. What do you do?
Oh, I'm following, but I'm also just like, holy shit.
Yep.
I think I know
Follow
where
the
this is going.
goddess.
When the goddess of knowledge says follow, you don't question.
Alrighty. You...
I'm guessing this spell is like some kind of super version of Mold Earth or something like that.
You guys are welcome to make a check if
I
you
was,
wish.
I was thinking Dimension Door, but that's just me.
And we'll go back to this page because you no longer
I
need
thought
the
it was
map.
control water.
I will tell you
Arcana
right-
check. Woo!
I was going to tell you right now, all of you all wrong.
25. 25.
What is it, Arcana?
Yeah.
Sure. 18!
Nice.
Wow.
How is it that I have a higher Arcana check than
Because
That's
you-
what I'm wondering.
Because you didn't listen to me on day one. That's why you have a higher Arcana.
I didn't listen to you on day one?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So when we first started the game in character creation,
Yeah.
we broke it down, and you took the variant human, which gave you a feat,
Right.
which gave you an expertise skill, and I recommended for you to put it into nature or medicine, given your herbalism background, and instead you put it in Arcana. You didn't listen to me.
Because you told me how to do things, and I said nope.
Yeah, 124 episodes ago, I told you that Arcana doesn't make as much sense, and that nature or medicine would make more sense. And you went,
It's not
"No,
too
it
late to
doesn't."
change it.
It is too late. Well, I mean, I honestly don't care if you change it, because you're just changing what you're really good at. And technically, I think nature is still intelligence. I think medicine is wisdom, and I could be wrong, but It's just like 120
Yeah, medicine
4 or
wisdom.
5 episodes ago, I told you, and you didn't
Well,
listen.
I can fix that right now.
And this is not the first time I feel like we've had this conversation, so yeah. Ooh, okay.
See, it would be under.
Either way, you
Yeah.
still rolled a 13 on the die with even
Oh!
a +2 of your intelligence, which would be more than enough. You all would recognize this spell. Well, it would be on her spell list, so neat. And most of everyone else's, except for maybe Katya's, which is funny, but they would still understand what the spell is. It's effectively a high-level version of Pass Wall.
Oops. I pushed a button and now it's unhappy with me.
It's okay. And basically what Pass Wall is, are you guys familiar with Arcane Gate?
Oh.
Okay, Arcane
I
Gate.
think so, partially.
Yeah, Arcane Gate is effectively kind of like Dimension Door, but it's something that you can create and it lasts for a period of time. Basically, with Arcane Gate, you pick 2 points and you create a teleporter between those 2 points. Pass Wall is you pick a point and the spell has a specific dimension of the distance it can go. However, this is the god of knowledge, and she said, I'm rewriting the spell to make it go a lot fucking farther. So what this spell does is it basically just opens up everything. If the spell itself is only 20 feet, but if you had 20 feet of solid concrete, you could cast this spell and
there we go.
you would just open a hole in the concrete, and then when the spell ends after an hour, the spell would go away and that concrete is all refilled in that area as if nothing happened.
Oh, dang. I definitely need to ask her how to fix my weave. She can rewrite the laws of magic.
Oh, man.
It's not the laws of magic. She's rewriting the formula of spells.
Oh, okay. Well, then she can rewrite myself right into a normal weave and still have crazy magic, but not all the time crazy magic.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Hell, even if I still have crazy magic, I'd at least like to be back to my normal feminine form, like 24/7.
Okay. So, moving my mic a little bit because I am standing for a little bit because my back hurts.
Just part of getting old.
And you guys walk for a good amount of time. And eventually, the sound of the city fades from behind you. Is there anything that you guys would like to ask while you are walking? Or talk about while you are walking?
Boy, do I have a list of questions. Although, now I can scratch off the Empower Harmony Stones because I think we're about to find that one out.
Maybe.
We've got a clue.
Yeah, we've got a clue, so something to work with. For a few experiments, we'll fix that. But really, I think it's my time to shine.
Can Deanoch ask a question first?
Go for it. This is about your wife, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I figured he's closer to Scientia anyway.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions, if I may.
Of course. We have some time before we arrive at the location.
The first, what exactly struck down Gorba? And an addendum to that question. Why did no priest, even yours, heal her?
This is going to sound really bad, coming from who I am. But there are only two, maybe three questions in this world that I do not know the answer to. And the question of what struck your wife down is the newest one that has been added to that list. And the reason why we did not intervene was because we were forbidden to.
Forbidden?
We were instructed to not lay a finger on, to aid or to help the woman known as Gortash.
May I ask who gave the order?
Enoch, you're not stupid. You know who. I am a god. Who is the person who can command a god?
I would prefer to hear it said.
It was...
So that there is no doubt in my mind.
Of course. It was our father, Martinus. However, I want you to know something before you get angry with him. He has better future sight than I, than anyone else. And this decree that he made was part of a vision and part of a wish from one of his dying sons. You just happen to be, I don't know if I would call it the victim or the chosen one of the particular circumstance.
Is there a difference when it comes to prophecies?
There is. You are a victim because you have lost something very close to you. But you are a chosen, the chosen one. And I think you know this by this point. But you have been chosen, selected as an avatar of death. I gotta open something really quick.
Shinigami.
That's not what I was looking for, but that is.
I remembered.
Translation. That's the translation. That's the translation for the Avatar of Death.
I remembered.
Yeah. Dinok is a Shinigami, an Avatar of Death. You were handpicked, chosen, even molded in some situations by Mortis himself. He chose you, the mortal replacement for himself, for when he passes. Assuming you live that long, she says, smiling coyly.
Dinok, do you know what this means?
What,
I'm
Katya?
friends with a god.
No. Assuming this all works out, besides the fact that the obvious, one day you're going to become a god, as ironic as that is with your background. On the other hand, that means that one day, perhaps waiting will be best for you. I know you want this cure for your wife, but if you become the god of death, not only will you get to see her again, you'll be able to be with her forever. Right?
It all depends on if mentally I am still Dinok after my ascension.
Unfortunately, that is not something anyone knows. I have my speculations, and I have a very strong indication, but my foresight does not grant me vision of your ascension. Even Father says that your ascension is blurry to his vision. And I think that is due to fate yet not written. Much like decisions that could alter the way of this world, there are decisions that could alter the will and the way of you. For example, this would not be a conversation we would be having currently if you would have destroyed that tree, Dinok. And she gives you this kind of knowing look.
I held back. He's
I-
kind of like a chastised child. He is kind of like looking away, just like.
I do believe I have a bright red note somewhere in here that says this is the moment where Denock almost destroyed the world. A major pivotal point in the history of the world where on one hand you saved the world, you helped save the world, on the other you could have just started destroying the gods and throwing off the balance of everything.
This is where the choice between hero and villain was made.
Yes. Somewhere there is a Denock that just destroyed that tree and all of nature died with it.
I am not gonna lie, that sounds like an incredibly fun one-shot.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure we have, but that just sounds like so much fun.
Mundus what ifs.
Yeah. That sounds like it needs to be one of our Discord pages.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's gonna be. Give me a second.
Mhm.
One bright red sentence. Denock even considered blighting on directly to destroy this tree and his domain. So he showed restraint and refrained from putting us all down a difficult path.
Ah, we have arrived. Scientia says as she emerges, as you guys begin to emerge from this kind of tunnel. And you can hear the weirdest sensation.
You can hear it?
You can hear it. Waves of water clapping onto stone. You guys emerge into an
Perfect.
you guys emerge into this massive area. There's water on your left.
Alright, I'm done.
Bruh.
I'm done.
A kind of a stone, almost like, it almost looks like a crude kind of, why do I hear bubbles?
That one's not me. I promise.
I hear particles falling from ceiling.
I think it's part of the background ambiance.
Well.
I mean, check, make sure your son hasn't.
Oh, I hear bubbles too. It's part of the ambiance. So that's the first time.
Yeah, we'll go with this one now. Anyway, you emerge into kind of like a large area. On the left, you can see water kind of splashing against stone. Kind of on the right-hand side, you have this kind of large open area. And kind of in the middle, kind of almost across from like a walkway of where you currently are, you see what looks to be like a Fred Flintstone kind of lounge area. You see like a stone, like a table carved out of stone. These like benches kind of is formed in a circle, again, carved into the stone itself. And you walk out into this area, and you can see from the back two people kind of sitting in that area, kind of talking. And you hear Scientia call out. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get something opened. Where did it go? Elder Vale, Koroth, We have arrived. We plan to transition this as quickly as we can. And you see, turning and looking at you guys, two humanoids. One male, one female. However, the male looks to be human-ish in nature. However, you can see the hair itself is kind of combed back into like a very almost like thick mullet in a sense, but the hair itself is spikes and like these almost razor sharp kind of large hooked like spikes. And you can see on his arms, and as he kind of stands to turn to greet you, he has these spikes kind of running down from almost the elbow to about mid forearm.
So, question.
May
Are
I
you
finish?
changing the lore I gave you? Both were
Okay.
female.
Allow me to finish. Okay. You can see the jaw of the individual, kind of like a strong kind of jaw that kind of comes down to a point and very almost sharp in nature. The female one beside him, you can see kind of has this kind of very long kind of flowing hair that kind of comes to kind of like rest at the middle of the back. But this individual too, you can see kind of almost like firm, almost scale-like protrusions along the skin, kind of from the shoulders down, almost like that of like what you would see in a human sorcerer of a draconic bloodline. The fingers themselves kind of come to this almost like whip-like end, as the fingers seem to be a little bit longer than you would typically see. And you listen, you hear them speak. First, the male. Greetings. You'll have to forgive me. This is not customary. You can see these like large, almost yellowish eyes kind of flicking back and forth from person to person. Scientia woke me from a nap, and I told her it better be good. Seeing you, Dinok, was not something that I intended. You can see now that the female kind of steps forward, places a hand on his kind of shoulder, and just kind of calm down. There's been a lot of misunderstandings going around. You will get used to the form, Elder Vale. Just be patient. It is not every day that you get to witness. She almost smirks. For the lack of a better term, a mistake by Scientia. And you can see Cyanta almost blush and kind of goes, "It's much easier to have a distinguishing factor between the two of you. Why do you two not understand it? Anyway." Everyone, this is Elder Vale and Korath. She kind of almost turns a little red again, but quickly forces it out. Oh shoot, I lost my word. I lost the word I was going to use. The guardian matrons of Hofking. And we're going to go ahead and end our session there for tonight.